Welcome back. Part 2, Episode 5. July 28, 2020, 4:44 p.m. Zoe and I went to the cemetery this afternoon, and I really wanted to go to see if there was water laying on the ground. But no, there wasn't, and I was happy to see that. I talked with Wyatt and Megan while I was there, and I also took pictures. July 29, 2020, 11:45 a.m. I messaged Jen this morning to check in with her to see where we are at. I wrote, "Good morning, baby. I hope all is all right or getting all right." Jen wrote, "I have looked up a lot of the ones you hear about, like beep, beep, and beep, and I have been looking for contact information for celebrities that have kids because those are the ones that will more or likely take an interest in this." 1:53 p.m. I wrote, "Ah, all right, yes, that's true. The ones with kids and grandkids. Thank you, baby. Everyone doing all right?" 1:54 p.m. Jen called. We talked a little while and then let each other go. She was really letting me know that everyone is doing good, and I was glad to hear that. 3:33 p.m. Thank you, Jesus. July 30th, 2020, 9:17 p.m. Zoe wrote, "We're going to see Sissy and brother right now." I wrote, "Be careful and don't stay long." Zoe wrote, "We just drove through and we're leaving now." I wrote, "All right, baby, see you in a little bit." At moments like these, I know as well as they know something isn't right out there. I'm sorry to them that I'm not the same Nana. I cry. They see it. They know. I know. I try real hard not to let others see my emotions, but at times I know they know by looking at me. And I'm sorry, my babies. I apologize all the time to Megan. I apologize to God. And why? Because of them. July 31st, 2020. Wow, when I woke up this morning, I asked God, what else can I do? I felt a feeling come over me to get people to write letters to the governors, senators, representatives of their states. Melissa called. We talked for about an hour, and I was telling her about the cemetery case, and she said, "Yeah, I remember some of it that you told me back when it first started." I said, "I'm still fighting that." Jen had put a Facebook page up for the pictures and the story, and she has been helping me because I broke down to get help. I needed the help. Melissa said, "I would help." I said, "I know. I just know you were going through some things and I didn't want to put any more on you." She said, "No, I might need something else to keep me busy, to not think about any of what I've been doing or going through." I said, "Really?" And of course I'm crying because I can't talk about it without breaking down. I said Jen thought it would be a good idea to put it on a link so when we send messages and emails, she could send them to the link. Melissa thought that's a good idea. Melissa said, "I just got on Facebook. I don't normally get on Facebook much anymore, but I just joined the group." I said, "Thank you. Let me know if you know of anything different we should be doing, any opinions, any suggestions, anything." She said, "I will help you. It will help keep me busy with this." She said, "Now you will have other people helping you, and they should have just fixed it." I said, "That's what I said, but that man felt he needed to lie. Then they have to dig a deeper hole by trying to cover it up." She said, "I will look at it over the next few days." I said, "Thank you." And we changed the subject because I didn't want to cry. We talked a little longer, and she led me to think a different way of the feelings I felt at times. And thank you for that. Thank you, Melissa. I have to wonder after thinking about it, I have been asking for my God, my angels, for anyone to send someone to us to help us. And I have to wonder after a thought ran through my mind, is Melissa that person? Thank you, dear God and my angels, for sending her. August 1st, 2020. I messaged Jen this morning. I wrote, "Hi, baby. Melissa joined the page. She said she will take a look at it in the next few days and hopefully she will give us some pointers or some kind of an opinion." Jen wrote, "Let me know what Melissa says. I resent some emails last night and I will send more in a day or two." 1:28 p.m. I wrote to Jen. "She will probably contact you, but if I hear from her, I will let you know, and if you hear from her, let me know. And thank you. And yes, keep resending and resending, or any new ones you find, send and resend." Jen wrote, "I will." 2:58 p.m. I receive a message from Melissa. When it first came through, I got nervous feeling in the pit of my stomach. I'm nervous to open the facebook.com email address maybe, or a link with some numbers following. I don't know what it is, but I'm scared to open it. 3:53 p.m. I opened it. And oh my gosh, I was laughing so hard. Thank you, Miss Melissa. I needed to laugh. And of course, the video was something I'm not sure if I could talk about on here. But I watched it and I was laughing. It was definitely not what I thought it was. I was expecting to read something to start crying, and I'm so grateful it was the laughing and not the crying. 5:45 p.m. I drove through the cemetery with Madison and Zoe. Megan's flowers are still there, but in a day or two we will have to get the flowers off both Wyatt and Megan's. On the 3rd of August, they will remove the flowers from the cemetery. So about Wednesday or Thursday, we will put new flowers on both again. I'm hoping, though, that someone comes forth to us and I can get Wyatt out of there. And then once they prove to me that that's Megan 100%, we wouldn't really have to visit. But I'm not sure if I would or I wouldn't. August 2nd, 2020. This morning, while cleaning up and making beds, I started crying. I laid on my bed and broke down. I was crying so hard and praying to God and my angels to send someone to us. I had to talk to God to ask Him to take this from me. I told Him I need to release this. I need help. I'm exhausted and I can't do this by myself. I said to Him, let my request to get this fixed be put on top of the request list, and let's get this done for Megan and the other lost headstones that are not where they belong. I talked with them about what Jen has been doing and to send someone to her to help us. I asked him if Melissa's the one he sent to us, help her to know what to do and give her the knowledge and guidance to get this done. I asked Megan to forgive me. I asked God to forgive me. I asked, bless someone to help us. As I laid there sobbing, I felt an easy feeling come over me and I stood up and I went about my day as I normally would. I checked my sugar and it was 111. 111 means think positive, careful of what you think about. When I saw that, my face had a change of expression. I then had a smile on my face, and I knew I needed to think positive. First thing I thought of was, help us get this cemetery case resolved to help me move on with life. I then moved on about my day and tried not to get so emotional. 6:03 p.m., Madison and I went to visit Megan and Wyatt this evening. We went to also take the flowers off their headstones, while Megan's I pulled out of the ground. I talked with both Wyatt and Megan while I stood at Megan's tree talking with her too. I asked her to send someone to Jen to help us. As I stood there, I'm looking at the tree, and a memory came back to me of when this first started, and I was doing my own investigating. I remember taking pictures of the tree where the red bricks lay by the tree, because even after the water flooded the cemetery and moved the headstones, I remember taking a picture of the red brick still in the ground laying by the tree. I thought to myself, I need to look for those pictures, and I will. I told my babies I loved them, and we left the cemetery. 8:05 p.m. Jen called. She had some questions for me. We talked for about 4.5 hours. We talked about a lot of different stuff, and I did tell her I broke down today. It was a bad one. I told her about collapsing on the bed and crying so hard my stomach hurt, my heart hurt. I asked God to take it from me, and I told her I had to give it to him because I'm exhausted. She said, Aunt Em, I'm not going anywhere. In fact, if I have to come down there and shake some things up at the city of beep, that's what I will do. She said, I'm sending emails, I'm resending and resending because of this COVID. A lot of courts are closed, but I know when things do reopen, our email that has been sent over and over, and I'm hoping and praying that one, two, or more people get back to us. We will be way ahead of them because I have been sending them. I said, all right, good idea. Yes, stay way ahead of it. And I do know the COVID has slowed things way down. But yes, just keep sending and praying. I know too the courts are closed, and maybe that's what we needed to get way ahead of them. Not meaning we needed the COVID, but we have needed the time. I said too that I hope Melissa can give us a new perspective. I said, if you get any calls from beep or beep or even Melissa, if any one of them calls, answer it and see what they say. Jen said, I will, and I will keep sending and resending. She even told me that she's looking up a lady's information about this woman for a case of her baby and or a grandchild. Jen has been doing an awesome job, and I'm so proud of her. Thank you, baby. She had some questions, and we talked a little longer, and we said our good nights. August 3rd, 2020. This morning when I woke up and got out of bed, I checked my sugar because that's always the first thing on my list in the morning. My sugar was 222. A little high, but I liked the number this morning. 222 means planted ideas are beginning to grow into reality. Don't quit 5 minutes before the miracle. Keep holding positive thoughts. I certainly had a smile on my face. And I know my sugar was a little high and I should not be smiling of them numbers, but yesterday morning it was 111. This morning it's 222. And the meaning to both of them was what I needed. Am I being sent signs? I think so. 11:55 a.m. My morning is calm and I hope I can keep it that way, even when Madison leaves. I will be alone and I do not like that. A lot of emotions run crazily inside me when I think about it all. I am and I will try to stay busy with looking at pictures of this case all over again. And I hope I don't start crying. 3:11 p.m. I'm getting the big box of pictures out of the closet. Wish me luck on finding the picture I'm talking about. I went through about 8 picture box inserts, and right off I found a few differences in the first 3 pictures. 4:02 p.m. I sent Jen the first picture of the 3. I wrote, Jen, I want you to look at these 2 different pictures. The one was taken in 1999, day of the funeral. Look across the street at the headstone down a way that is black and gray, kinda the upside down triangle. Look at the distance from that headstone to where Megan's at the day of her funeral. Jen wrote, I see the headstone across the street. I sent the second picture. I wrote, now look at this picture. taken after the headstones had been moved. Megan is now behind the headstone with the red and white flowers. Look how close the same headstone is across the street. It's where they say Megan is. Her headstone is. Now that close to the one across the street. Compare the two pictures. Are they clear enough for you? Jen wrote, "That's a lot closer." I sent the third picture. I wrote, "Maybe a better example." Jen wrote, "They are both good pictures." I wrote, "Do you see it? The length of the two different pictures? Pictures of different times, years." Jen wrote, "Yes, I do see it." I wrote, "I have so many pictures. I haven't found that one yet with the bricks, but I am going to keep looking." Jen wrote, "And you will find it." I wrote, "I wish you were here to help look at the differences." Jen wrote, "I wish I were there too, to help go through them with a fresh set of eyes. It can sometimes help." I wrote, "Yes, that's what I'm thinking now. Looking at them all over again, I can see other stuff in the same pictures I may not have seen in the first time." Jen wrote, "Maybe soon I'll be able to get together with you to go through them." I wrote, "Yes, we will, and I will look and see what else to find to be able to post. I found two more I'm going to reenact. I don't know when I will do it, but I already know it won't match up. But I will do them and we can post more evidence." I saw Melissa was on and she got a little ways down, but then it stopped. So maybe she looked at some and stopped, and hopefully, with her fresh set of eyeballs, she will have some advice. I'm praying. Jen wrote, "Sounds good. Just when you do them, we will post them all." I wrote, "Yes." After Jen and I were done messaging back and forth, I found 10 more comparison pictures. I also found 4 pictures to reenact. I did not find the picture I was looking for, but I looked until I couldn't look anymore. I get too darn emotional. I start to cry. I put the pictures back in the cardboard envelope boxes and put them in the bag. I just couldn't put them away fast enough. I hurt. My body aches. My heart hurts. I had to sit down. I just had to. I sat in the chair until I felt my chest wasn't hurting anymore. I prayed, "God help me." I sat there praying I will be all right. My phone rang, thank God. It's Lisa. We talked on the phone for 4.5 hours, and I really appreciate good friends. You don't have to say a word and they feel you. Thank you, Lisa, for the conversations. I love and appreciate your friendship. Wow, what a day. August 4, 2020. This morning I'm trying to stay positive that we will get this resolved. I took the pictures I kept out and put the pictures in the order they needed to go in. Then I wrote the meaning and the descriptions of the pictures with the differences. I found 10 differences and 3 or 4 reenactments. I want to try to do the reenactment soon, but I know the city was in the cemetery these past couple days taking the flowers off the headstone, and hopefully they mowed the grass. But I know later this week we are going to put new flowers out there for Megan and Wyatt. So I will try to do the reenactments then. When I prayed this morning, I prayed that someone would come forth and tell what someone knows. It would make it so much easier for us. My 2 prayers lately. I pray someone will come to us to help us get this fixed and resolved. My second prayer, I pray for someone that knows what they did. Please send them to tell us what they know. In Jesus' name, amen. And just to let others know a little more about the story. Today would have been the day Megan was due, but came into the world way too early in April. April 4th, not August 4th, 4 months early. I love you, my angels, and thank you, and you know why. I love you, Wyatt. August 5th, 2020, 4:50 p.m. My sister Susie called. I missed her call, so 7:21 p.m. I called Susie back. She called to let me know what she will write letters to beep, beep, to her, beep, my governor and senators. I said, really? I said, I will send you the addresses and you can take a look at the post and then write it in your own words. She said, all right, send me the addresses and I will write the letters for you. I started to cry. I said, you will have to give your information and or Jen's information because I can't talk about it without breaking down. She said, oh, I know. We talked for a little bit and we said our goodbyes. And I want to say thank you, Susie. August 6, 2020, 12:29 p.m. I sent a message to Susie sending her beep, beep addresses. I wrote, Susie, I'm sending the information of the addresses. Susie wrote, thanks. I sent her the two different addresses I had for beep, beep. I waited a couple minutes and then sent her a message saying, did you get them? She said, not yet. I said, it's beep addresses. She said, got it. I wrote, all right, good. And save a copy of your letter and dates or when you send it out so I can put it in the book. Susie wrote, I will. I wrote, thank you, my sister. 12:50 p.m. Susie wrote, you are welcome. I wrote, and if you will, send one this week, one next week, and so on and so on. Make sure you leave a return address and a phone number, maybe even leave an email address. Susie wrote, all right, I will. I wrote, and keep the dates of when you send them out, and thank you so much. Susie wrote, I will. After sending the information to Susie, I'm hoping that this works for us. 7:03 p.m. Madison and I went to the cemetery. I pulled in on the east side to go see Wyatt first. The grass is mowed, the flowers have been removed. There are some that have already put new flowers on, and this weekend we will put new flowers on our babies too. That's when I will try to reenact a few pictures. I took some pictures of Megan's area. I noticed a green aura in one of the pictures taken of Megan's area at 7:21 p.m. I also took some pictures of the headstone across from Megan on both sides of the east-west street. I took a picture of the headstone that Madison noticed it was broken up, and my point of this is, I'm wondering how long it will take them to fix it. We left the cemetery. Thank you for this day and every day. August 8, 2020. I get so darn emotional. Please help me. Please help us. 1:15 p.m. As I'm scrolling through the pages of the book, I saw 111. I chuckled a bit and thought, I need to think positive. I'm crying, and as I wiped my tears off my cheek at 1:29 p.m., I see the numbers 333. I prayed to Jesus. I asked him to watch over all of us and to send someone to help us. And all the while, I'm crying. I know I should be more confident, but at times I feel as though I'm crashing. My heart feels heavy and my chest is tight. I cry, 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 and at times it's tough. I ask God to send me signs to know everything will be all right. Let me know everything will be fixed for Megan and the lost souls. 2:31 p.m. I'm still scrolling through the pages of the book and I saw the number 222. I was meant to see the 222. I sat in the chair thinking of the different number sequels I have been seeing since I prayed to God to give me a sign. And for anyone that knows number sequels, I have seen some pretty good numbers today. I sat there for a little while, still talking with my God. When I was done talking, I went into the kitchen to cook dinner, and I looked at the oven clock, and it was 4:04 p.m. 4:04 is Megan's birthday, April 4th, 1999. I took that as a sign also. I also saw 444 as I was finishing dinner. I got a little emotional when my chest started hurting, and I knew I needed to calm myself down. I sat down to try to think of other things to put my mind in a positive mood. I then thought to myself, thank you, my angels, all of my angels. I told Madison, tomorrow we will go see Wyatt and Megan and put flowers out there for them. We will run copies off for the letters to be sent out again, and while at the cemetery, I have 3 or 4 pictures to reenact, and you can be the lookout. Madison said, all right, as long as it's not too hot. I said, it won't be too bad, thinking to myself, typical girl. She said, all right, we will get her done. I said, all right, baby, thank you. After dinner was done, I did go through the few pictures I found the other day to double check to see if there were any more I could reenact besides the 3 of the 13. There were 2 more I'm going to look at while we are at the cemetery tomorrow. Thank you, Madison, for all your help. August 9th, 2020, August 9th, 2020. Madison went to make copies of the letters I sent to the beep and a few TV shows, and when she was done, she and I went to the cemetery to reenact some pictures. 2:07 p.m. we went to see Wyatt first. Madison put some flowers in his vase, and I took pictures. We love you, Wyatt. We went to see Megan. Madison put her flowers in the ground behind west of the tree. We reenacted 4 pictures. In the pictures, you could tell where the tree was standing, and the reenactment pictures matched up to the pictures taken in 2001. And then if you stand where they said they cut down a tree, the pictures from all those years ago do not match. The more and more I look at the pictures I took today and then look at the pictures from 2001, there are clearly headstones that are missing and are out of place. Wow. The more I look at differences in the pictures and then reenact them, I have even more proof. It's so darn sad. I want to keep looking at pictures, but the more I do, the more differences I find, and I get so darn emotional. After I wrote this, I had to step away. At times, I just have to. August 10, 2020. When I woke up this morning, I felt in my gut and my chest. I started praying to God. I prayed, help us. Send someone to help us. I thought to myself, I have to be positive. I know God and my angels are there for us. I started my day and I'm hoping someone will find us to help. And I'm praying Jen, Susie, Patty, and Melissa are doing what they can to help. I hope Susie was able to get through to our uncle for some advice from him, and she wrote the letters. I'm praying for all the help we can get. Later after dinner, I'm going to address some envelopes with the letter and pray someone with a good heart will help. 4:56 p.m. I started looking for information on 3 popular names on TV. I did find some information on each one of them, but no addresses or email address. I looked until 5:54 p.m. I will send the letters again to beep, beep, and beep tomorrow. God guide me, give me strength. Thank you. Amen. August 11, 2020. 10:58 a.m. Jen wrote, I sent out messages 3 days ago to the Bar Association and sent more to Congress and Senate yesterday. I wrote, all right, good. All right, baby, and thank you, and just keep sending. I needed to ask, did you find any information on beep, beep, or beep, beep? Both news investigators, or Jen wrote, I found all of beep, beep's social media. I found a couple email addresses for her, so I sent an email to all of them. I found an email for beep, beep. I wrote, all right. I wrote and copied the same letter, and I thought if I had an address for them, I could send it. Jen wrote, I could try to find addresses later this evening. I wrote, all right, and thank you. But if you can't find the addresses, it will be all right, maybe. I can write it in an email. Jen wrote, for the beep, beep, do you know what state he is out of? Because I just looked at the paper I wrote on it, and he is one I found an email for, but I'm not sure if it's him because when I searched that name, it gave me information on a basketball player, also by that name. I don't know if it's the same person. I wrote, beeps, a woman, long dark hair, powerful investigator, if that helps. So is beep, beep, but blonde hair. Jen wrote, all right, so I don't have the right beep email written down. I will have to do some research, and I know who beep, beep is. I watch her at times. I wrote, I know who the person is you're talking about because when I was searching, that's what came up for me too. Jen wrote, all right, I have a question about beep. Is that the right last name or is it beep, beep, the lady that had a talk show a long time ago? I wrote, no, not her. It's beep, beep, or beep, beep. Not sure of the correct spelling. Let me look. I know I wrote it down when I saw her on a program. Jen wrote, all right. I sent Jen a picture of a small square sheet of paper that said, beep, beep, investigator. I wrote, this was with the picture. That's what I had written down. Jen wrote, all right, I will search for that. I wrote, oh yeah, I reenacted a few pictures on Sunday. I got one done with the comparisons, but the other three pictures, I'm still finding differences. Man, it's so hard looking and trying to find the differences, and I'm crying all the time, but I'm doing it, or I'm trying to. And for some reason, I can't find that one picture with the bricks by the tree when this first started. I'm thinking I may have stuck that picture somewhere when this started, and I don't remember where I put it. It's so darn frustrating. And then the more I look at pictures, I find more proof. And then it pisses me off. Thank you, though, baby, for everything. Jen wrote, okay, so what you need to do is take a day away from it all. Try not to think about it, and I know it will be hard, but step away. Try to find something to do, and then when you are clear-minded, go back to all the pictures and also think, where did I put pictures from all of this? And it might help you figure it out. I wrote, I will. I will try. I will, and thank you, baby. Jen wrote, you are welcome, and I love you. I did step away. I spent the afternoon outside with a couple of my grandbabies. We swam and had some fun. I enjoy spending time with my babies. When we were done outside, Madison took the girls for a ride, and they wanted to get a movie and movie candies and popcorn. So at this time, 8:30 p.m., we are going to watch a movie. Thank you to my babies. I didn't go to the cemetery today, but we will go tomorrow. August 12th, 2020. This morning was like some other mornings I've been having lately. I had to talk with God. I cried to Him. I said to Him, I know I'm begging again, and that's all I seem to do. I asked Him if He would take this from me and send someone to help us, send someone to Jen. I told Him I loved Him and asked Him to watch over all of us, all of my babies. And then I said, Amen. 2:24 p.m. I sent the letters I had written to 5 different people. I even sent a copy of another letter I have been sending, but this time I sent the letter I wrote with the Facebook post information, and I sent it to beep, beep. Now I will pray one of these 6 will contact us. I then sent 2 more. When I was done, I messaged Jen. 5:57 p.m. I wrote, all right, I know you said yesterday to step away, and I did. I swam with the kiddos most of the afternoon, and then last night we popped popcorn and had movie candies and watched a movie. So I did step away yesterday. But this is what I got done today. I sent 5 different people in office letters to both addresses, local addresses and then Washington addresses. I sent one to beep, beep, one to Washington and one to his house in Florida. Then 2 others that are in office, but not local here, just Washington. So I pray one of all of them will call you. In the letter, I sent my information, but contact number, I gave them your phone number. Keep your fingers crossed, even the toes. I sent her a picture with the envelope stuffed and addressed. Jen wrote, great job. I hope to hear from someone. Now I'm thinking about going to the cemetery to see my angels. And that's all it was a thought. I will go see them tomorrow. 7:12 p.m. Madison had some friends over to swim and to cook out, and they are all just leaving. After we were done cleaning up the mess, we left to go mail the letters. At 9:11 p.m., Madison dropped the letters in the box. Then we went to meet Nicole to drop Zoe and Lily off to her. On our way home, Madison asked me, do you have the email addresses for the people you're sending the letters to? I said, yes, I do. She said, do you have the letter Jen's sending to them? I said, yes, it's on text messages. Madison said, I will send some emails to them if I can copy her message, then I can send them too on my computer. I said, you will? She said, yes, I will. Tomorrow after I get done with the paperwork for the new job, I will do some then. I said, all right, thank you, baby. She said, yes, and if I can't copy her letter onto my computer, I will write my own. I said, you will? She said, yes, I will. Thank you so much, baby. Thank you, dear God, for giving me Madison. She's the sweetest young girl that anyone can ask for. She just out of the blue offers. She does that quite often. Thank you, Madison. I'm so grateful for getting the letters in the mail also. August 13, 2020. My heart is so heavy. I went outside to get some natural vitamin D. I was only out about 15 minutes when I went back into the house and I stood in the kitchen and happened to look up the oven clock and the time was 2:22 p.m. And anyone and everyone that knows me knows I'm not giving up. I'm going to the cemetery this afternoon. 3:46 p.m. we visited with Wyatt and Megan. Megan's flowers are still west of the tree. I told my angels I loved them, and we left the cemetery. August 15, 2020, 5:10 a.m. This morning, my gosh, I was woken up with a bad feeling and I started crying. It was a bad, bad feeling. I prayed there and I prayed and I asked Megan to forgive me, for God to forgive me. I kept crying, and then a person came to me, and I'm not sure if it was to help or not. I want to write this little story in the book because if something does start happening, I want to see if it has anything to do with beep, beep. He's one of the people I sent letters to. He's the one that came to mind. I'm not okay today. I keep crying, whining like a 3-year-old. I'm so sensitive to this, and it's not right that no one wants to help fix it. It needs to be fixed in all humanity. It's not right. God be with me, be with us. 6:12 p.m. Patty called. She asked, "How are you?" I said, "I wake up most mornings sick to my stomach. I have to think right when my eyes open and I start to feel that feeling, that bad feeling. I have to tell myself, think positive." I said, "I get up and I try to have a good day, but if I let that bad feeling consume me, I cry all day." She said, "Something's happening." I said, "I know." I said, "Listen, if something starts happening here, good or bad, remember this name, because you know as well as anyone that throughout all this I have been led from above." She said, "I know you have." I told her the name. Beep, beep. I said, "I want to tell different people about what happened early this morning. So if he's the one that helps, I want people to know I had received that information from above." She said, "All right, I have written the name down. And yes, you have been led through this." I said, "I know." We talked a little more about other things that have been going on in life, and we said our goodbyes. I sat in my chair and I hoped and prayed that when I tell someone something in good faith, they will not use it in a bad way. I was reading and I found this script, and we all know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love Him, who has been called accordingly to His purpose. Romans 8:28. I said, "Thank you, dear God." Amen. 8:24 p.m. I wrote the 8 names on a sheet of paper to send to Jen tomorrow, just in case she gets a call at any time, and I'm hoping she does, that we do. The names are 8 of them. I sent to both addresses for local and Washington addresses. Beep, beep. I only found Washington's. August 16, 2020, 11:36 a.m. I sent Jen a message. I wrote, "Hi, baby. I want to send you this list of names. They are the ones I sent letters to the other day, August 12, 2020. I want you to know the names in case you get any calls. You will know it's one of them or one you have sent." I sent her the list of the names. When I was done messaging, I cleaned up around the house and I talked to Patty on the phone. She had called to make sure I was all right. Lisa and I messaged back and forth for a little while this morning, early afternoon. Later this afternoon at 2:32, Madison and her friend and I went to the cemetery. Megan's flowers are still there, and I thank God. I took pictures, which I do every time I'm here. I also took pictures of broken headstones. I never really noticed so many before, but there are way too many for a cemetery to have that many broken headstones. But anyway, they need to fix those too, my opinion. And I pray that by the time this is resolved for Megan and the rest of the lost headstones without their souls, it will be fixed for all of them. Turn over a new leaf. Care for the cemetery. I pray. 5:30 p.m. I messaged my sister Susie. I wrote, "Hi Susie, Have you heard anything from Jen? Did you have a chance to send David the messages? Did you write any letters? Let me know. Susie wrote, I have not heard from Jen yet. I'm working on the letters and messages. I wrote, all right, good. After you write, will you send me a screenshot or a picture so I can put dates and times and pictures in the book if it's all right? Susie wrote, yes, all right. In my heart, I'm hoping the ones that said they would help are. That's all I can say right now. 7:03 p.m. I called Jen. I called to check in with her and to see how she was doing. We talked for about an hour and 13 minutes. I did tell her about the dream I had the other morning, and she agreed too that my signs from heaven have given me more guidance throughout this case than anything. I told her the name to remember, and she said, all right, it will be interesting if he's the one that helps. I said, I know it will be. That's what I said. I thought too, if he is the one. I said, I know some people don't believe in that, but I have been led by something through this. Even everything in the book is every word, every feeling, every thought, everything. She said, oh, I know. I believe in it too. I said, I felt good about it though, and I don't care who it is, as long as the letter or an email falls into the hands of someone that will help. Jen said, I'm hopeful too that someone will contact us. And then I have to keep in mind the COVID had slowed everything down. I said, oh, I know, and I'm kind of glad. Not glad for the COVID, but just because we were able to do this at our own pace. She said, yes, but I feel it too that someone, sooner or later, will come to us. And as long as I keep sending the emails, one will. I said, yes, we have to pray they do. Thank you again, Jen. Dear God, don't let any harm come to anyone because I'm trying to do the right thing by the angels in heaven. I know 100% what they did, and I believe no matter what, it needs to be fixed, not swept under a rug. I know you know what and how I feel about this, and I thank you for helping me through. I know sometimes I tend to fall weak at times, but this is tough. But I know I can't stop until it comes to a resolution. Thank you, dear God. August 17, 2020. Wow. This morning when I woke up, I felt at peace. I had to think about it to make sure I was feeling what I was feeling, and it felt good. What a night can do. I have not felt this way in a long time. I just pray I'm feeling this way to become getting toward the end of this. I pray. I'm sitting watching TV and I remembered then I had to send some papers with some email addresses on it to my sister Susie. So I got up and done that. 11:32 a.m. I sent the copy of the email to Susie. I wrote, here's the email addresses I said I would send to you. Let me know. I can't find the information on beep, beep, dark-haired attorney. If you can look and see what you can find, I appreciate it all. Have a great day, sister. Susie wrote, I will, and you have a good day too. Send me a copy of that letter. I wrote, oh yeah, sorry, I will, hang on. I sent her the 2 pages of the first letter. I wrote, this was the first letter. I sent her 5 more pages. I wrote, this letter is a detailed letter of events. Let me know when you get them. Susie wrote, I got them. I wrote, all right, good, and thank you so much. Susie wrote, you're welcome. 5:24 p.m. my phone rang. It is Jen. She said, hi, Aunt Em. I'm calling. And I said, what? I started to breathe heavy. She said, I got a call today, like you said it would happen yesterday, that I would be busy today and we would get a call. I said, really? Looking for a chair to sit down. And I did. She said, yeah, it was the first one on the list. Beep, beep. She said, not beep, beep, but we got one. I said, I don't care what one it is. We will take any one of them. She said, yes, and I am going to call her back in the morning after I take Fallon to her appointment. She said, when I was done today, I had missed two calls, one from Uncle John and the other was from beep, beep. I said, oh, wow. I said, I'm excited, but emotional too. She said, yeah, hopefully she will be the one. I said, yes, and we need lots of prayers to guide us and give us strength to use the right words to prove our case. She said, yes. I said, Jen, you know if something starts happening, you will need to get your butt down here. She said, I know and I will. I said, all right, because I can't do this by myself. She said, I know. I said, all right, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, baby. She said, I'm going to run into the store and I will call you after I'm done talking to her tomorrow. I said, yes, all right. And oh my gosh, I can't believe someone may be going to help us. She said, I love you. I said, I love you too. And we hung up the phone. I could tell she was in a hurry, but I'm so happy right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I sat in the chair for a matter of a few minutes and thought, oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. I looked up and I started to cry. I stood up and thought, who am I going to call first? 5:33 p.m. I called Madison. She answered and she's excited for it too. 5:36 p.m. I called Patty. She did not answer. 5:36 p.m. I called my sister Susie. She was happy for us. 5:42 p.m. I called my brother John. I messaged my friend Lisa to tell her I have good news. She said, I will text you later, and I said, all right. I'm feeling pretty excited, but I'm having mixed emotions of what will happen next. 6:10 p.m. I sent Susie a message and I wrote, still send the emails and letters, please. Susie wrote, I will. I wrote, thank you. 6:30 p.m. I messaged Jen to let her know what I was thinking. I wrote, I'm thinking if you get a chance, you might want to brush up on the case so you can answer questions of any kind and have the page of details in the post pulled up to tell her dates and events. Oh my gosh, baby, she may be the one. Jen wrote, I will. Do you have a copy of the letter you sent them? So I will have that as well. I wrote 6 pages, 2 different letters. And have you sent an email to this woman because she was on the list I sent you? So it may be from that too. Oh my gosh, baby. Did you get it all? Jen wrote, I haven't received any pictures yet, but if I don't receive them in a few minutes, you will have to resend them. I wrote, I'm going to send 1 page at a time, 6 different pages. Jen wrote, all right. I sent the first page. I wrote first page of first letter. I sent a second page. I wrote second page of first letter. Did you get those two? Jen wrote, yes. I sent 5 more pages. I wrote, it's 7 pages, not 6 pages. 2 different letters. Let me know you received them all in order. Jen wrote, I got them all. Thank you, dear God. Thank you so much. Bless Jen to use her words wisely to present this case to beep, beep. Thank you for listening. I look forward to you listening to the next episode. If you have comments or questions, you can email me at lowercase letters, Emily McMahon, EMILY MCMAHON han208@gmail.com. Stay kind with your words. Thank you.